It's Record Day. It's Record Store Day 2024. Hi everybody, and welcome to my haul video for Record Store Day 2024. First thing I must point out, I queued overnight. I have been awake at this point about 27 hours, so brain befuddled, bags deep, energy low. But want to get this recorded because I want to look at the records basically. So yes, went to a Slice of Vinyl, my usual record store. I had given them a list, 19 titles I wanted. They got them all in. However, there is a caveat to that, which I will mention in a moment. My good friend Craig Huntley then asked me to get him a title if I could, which I could. I will show you that, but obviously I won't open it because that's his. Yes. So I'm off work. I've got a week off work. I should have been working today, Record Store Day, the 20th of April. So I would have at least have booked the day off anyway, but for other reasons I needed to book the week off, so that worked out well. I was divvying over what time to get there. I knew that I would need to get there pretty earlier than last year, because every year basically people start queuing earlier and earlier and it's busier and busier. Last year I got there, I think it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I was something like 18th in the queue. No, I think I was 20th. I think I got the last goodie bag, and there was 20 goodie bags last year. Which, whilst I still managed to get everything I wanted, made things a bit hairy. So decided this year I would definitely get there earlier. I was divvying about sort of getting there about 2 o'clock, and I thought that's not a great deal earlier. I thought, well, maybe about midnight. If I was going to get there that early, either midnight or 2 o'clock, I would need to go to bed fairly early if I wanted to get some sleep beforehand. But if I went to bed too early, I wouldn't sleep anyway because I wouldn't be tired. So I was divvying about whether to just to hang it and just do an overnight stay queue. Then Kieran posted, that's the co-owner of a Slice of Vinyl with his wife Emma, they posted that the queue had started around 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and so I thought, oh, sod it. So I wasn't silly, I didn't panic and sort of go there straight away, but basically once Have I Got News for You had finished on BBC One at 9:30, I left, and I got there about 10 to 10. I was physically the 7th person in the queue, but two groups of the people in front of me were couples, so they sort of classed as one queue member. So I was technically 5th in the queue. Or at least one of them counted as one queue member. I'm just trying to work out if I was 5th. Yeah. So I think the first couple classed themselves as just one person, if you see what I mean. Yeah, and then it was the long queue, so about 10 hours before they opened at 8 o'clock. We knew that Kieran and Emma and the rest of the team would be turning up around 6:30 to do their usual, which is give out coffees, donuts, cookies to everybody in the queue. But yeah, until then it was wait, basically, which was fine. There were some people chatting in the queue most of the night, but eventually most people sort of settled down and attempted to sleep or just, switched off, if you see what I mean. We were either reading. I spent most of the night reading. I worked my way through all of... Where's it gone? What do I do with that? Oh, I'll put it there, didn't I bought this the other week and I hadn't read it yet, so this is a track-by-track guide to all the music of a Divine Comedy. So I read that from cover to cover. I did not sleep. I did slightly doze. Once I'd finished the book, I was watching some of Richard Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcasts, and during one of those, I certainly lost track of it. So I think I was sort of dozing in and out during that, but I never properly slept. It got very cold indeed. Temperature was 3 degrees, but it was windy as well, because where the road that Slice of Vinyl is on, although it's a long way down, is a direct line right down to the Gosport Ferry, so it's just a wind tunnel. So although it was technically 3 degrees, I think it was around freezing. It got very cold. At one point I just could not stop shivering. But we got through it. Kieran and Emma turned up as promised, with Ali and Reuben, their children, and Maya, who also works there. And they, as promised, dished out teas, coffees, donuts, cookies. Then they gave out the goodie bags. So they did 25 goodie bags, the first 6 of which were premium goodie bags. And I've got one of those. And the rest were little brown bags. I did not see what was in those, but I think it was just stickers and things like that. And toys and sweets, possibly. But yes, so I got goodie bag number 5, which came in this Reading is Cheaper Than Therapy tote bag that they do sell in the store. So the premium aspects to this were a slip mat. From what I saw, all 6 had different slip mats in, and I was fortunate enough to get a Rolling Stones one. And a vinyl album, and again it looked like they were different in them all. And I was fortunate enough to get Johnny Appleseed at the Border, Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros, Johnny Appleseed at the Border Guy, which is a 12-inch single celebrating the 20th anniversary of the classic album the classic album Global A Go-Go, limited edition pink vinyl, and this was an RSD Black Friday release. So that's nice to have. So I say album, it's a 12-inch single. I hadn't clocked that when I glanced in my bag. So we'll get this open. So it's on Dark Horse, who's signed Joe Strummer up recently. And it's a nice baby pink. And then other than that, in there was a big bag of Haribo and a little bag of Haribo, a bouncy rubber ball, and a kazooie type thing, I think they are. Oh no, it's a... There you go, that's what it does. Basically, they had a bag of toys left over from one of their, I think it was Ali's birthday party. I know from a conversation I had with Kieran the other day in there. So they stuck those in the goodie bags together with a very cool Music is the Best Kind of Magic Slice of Vinyl record shop badge. A Romy sticker. I assume it goes that way because it's an eye, isn't it? Don't know what Romy is. And Taking Back Sunday lyric booklet type thing. But yeah, nice to have the premium aspects, the record and the slip mat. And and my Sweet Summer Badger are nice touches as well. Okay. Now the title I picked up for Craig was the Black Sabbath Paranoid release. That's what it should look vaguely like. So it's $31.99. Hopefully you'll be, if I forget to mention any prices, you'll be able to pause the video. I did pick up another title which I'll go over at the end. So it's not an RSD release, but there is an RSD aspect to it. No, actually, I'll do that now. Get it out of the way. So, as probably most of you are aware, Taylor Swift released her new album, The Tortured Poets Department, yesterday as I record this, so Friday the 19th. I went in yesterday to pick up my copies I'd pre-ordered, which were the Ghost White vinyl, the Phantom Clear vinyl and the CD. And I was strongly advised to only buy 2 of those and leave one behind to pick up today, because they weren't allowed to say anything. There was a big hush-hush thing happening. So I won't actually open this vinyl. I'll wait for my end of month video to do that. But basically the big hush-hush thing was this, which is a note from the desk of Taylor Swift. Just happy Record Store Day. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for welcoming the Tortured Poets Department into your vinyl collection and your life. It's my goal to create a memento you'll want to keep forever, and I hope you'll feel that with every turn of a page of a lyric book, every secret thought poured into this work. It's an honour to be able to trust you with my feelings. Love, Taylor. So it's printed. It is not a real signature, unfortunately, although I do have a signature a number of times. But it's a nice little touch, you know, it didn't cost anything. It was just, you know, a thank you, basically, for ordering the album. Okay, so now the Record Store Day releases. So, these, as I said, there's 17 here, no, 18 here. So this is going to be, oh, I know we're already 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in nearly, but this is going to be long. These are in alphabetical order by artist. So first up is 94 East with Minneapolis Genius. So 94 East is a Minneapolis band who were fronted by Pepe Willie, who is a cousin of Prince's, and Prince played instruments on all the tracks on here and does backing vocals and actually co-wrote one of the tracks. Guitars, synthesizers, drums. On clavinet he played. So this album has been released a number of times over the years. It's, you know, I have multiple versions of it on CD, and I have the basic tracks on a Many Faces of Prince compilation. But this is an expanded version. So the legendary 1975 to 1978 studio recordings featuring Prince. Vinyl has been out of print and unavailable until now. Second bonus LP has never before been released on vinyl. 1 purple vinyl, 1 blue vinyl, 2 12-inch LPs. This deluxe package includes printed inner sleeves. So this was $42.99. So yeah, that's the original album track listing. And then it's got the full track listing there. So it's, although it's double album, it's not a gatefold. So the original album is on the purple vinyl. And then the second disc is on a sort of aquamarine blue, which is nothing like the colour that was on the Obi. Oh, I suppose actually in this light it is a bit more of a greeny blue on there, but it looked quite white under the first light I was looking at it under. Much as I collect Prince, and obviously he's my favourite artist, it wouldn't have been the end of the world if I couldn't have got this. It's not an essential release at all, but I'm glad I got it. Next we have Blur's Park Life. So this was $28.99, and this is a 30th anniversary release on a Zoetrope vinyl. I'm not a big lover of Zoetropes because they only work if you get either a strobe light or download an app to view them under. And of course they're basically just glorified picture discs. However, I have decided with Blur, because the first Blur vinyl I got was the limited edition anniversary, 25th anniversary release, I think it was, of The Great Escape, which came on blue and white split vinyl. I sort of decided there and then, given that their albums are normally pretty expensive, that I'm only going to get limited edition versions. Ballad of Darren was different. It was a new album, and I bought every variant of it. But so I haven't rushed to get Blur's albums, much as they're my joint second favourite band. So the only other album, excluding the Ballad of Darren, that I've got is the 30th anniversary release of Modern Life is Rubbish. It came out for National Album Day last year. So this being a limited version, I had to get it under those rules. But here it is. I mean, obviously picture discs don't sound anywhere near as bad as they used to. And the videos I've seen of this Zoetrope in action look really good, to be fair. And some of the proceeds of this one go to War Child. Next we have David Bowie, Waiting in the Sky for $28.99. So Waiting in the Sky is subtitled Before the Starman Came to Earth. It's half-speed masters taken from tapes dated December 1971 for the then track listing of Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars, featuring 4 songs that didn't make the final album. So basically this is an early version of Ziggy Stardust. So that's the track listing. So it's Round and Round, Amsterdam, Velvet Goldmine, and Holy Holy, I think, are the tracks that didn't make the album. So this is getting a release on CD as part of the next Bowie, I was going to say box set. It's not one of the 5 years type box sets, but one of the concentrating on the build up to an album box sets. But this is the only vinyl release. Black vinyl with the faux RCA Bowie labels. Then we have Joe Pesci, the actor. This is Little Joe Sure Can Sing, a long-lost 1968 debut from Joe Pesci. Never reissued in any format, newly remastered for vinyl, clear with orange swirl pressing, limited to 2,000 hand-numbered copies. So basically, I have a compilation. As some of you may know, I collect Beatles covers albums, and I've got one, I think it's called Celebrities Butcher the Beatles or something like that. And it's got a couple of tracks from here where Joe sings Beatles tracks, and they're actually really good. So as soon as I saw this, and when I saw it was on nice vinyl as well, I thought, oh, I'll have that. So yeah, he does Got to Get You Into My Life, and for Fall on a Hill and Fixing a Hole on here. They might, all 3 of those might be on the compilation, I can't remember. But he also does a couple of 3 Bee Gees songs, Holiday, To Love Somebody, and The Sun Will Shine. And then a couple of others that mean nothing to me. It's in a replica of the original sleeve. Oh, nicely presented in a MoFi type sleeve, and that's really pretty. Yeah, like that a lot. Next up is 7-inch single, and it's Kate Nash. So Kate Nash has, after a few years of independent releases, has signed with a record label, Kill Rockstars Records, and she's got a new album coming out in June, and this is also, I think this is not going to be on the album. This is Back at School, and it's backed with a demo of Space Odyssey 2001, which will be on the album, and a day or two ago was released as the latest pre-release single. But I collect Kate Nash anyway. She is my joint favourite female artist. 2 exclusive songs only available on vinyl, limited pressing of 2 copies worldwide. 2 copies, Irish. 2,000 copies worldwide. Cloudy clear colour vinyl. So this was $13.99. There's the track listing. Yeah, so it's almost a Coke bottle, but not quite green enough. But a cloudy clear vinyl. Then we have this band released something practically every record store day, and I got them all since I've been doing record store day. This is another War Child release, so some of the money from this goes to War Child. For $37.99, this is Keen, live at Paradiso, 29th of November 2004. A previously unreleased full concert recorded live in Amsterdam on Red and White 2LP. So it is the 20th anniversary of Keen's debut album, Hopes and Fears. This year, the album's being re-released, and this sort of ties in with this. So this is from the tour promoting that album, and features, I believe, all of that album plus some B-sides. Excuse me. Short bit of sleeve notes there. So it's a transparent red. And an opaque white. Okay, next we have for $29.99 Kirsty MacColl's Titanic Days, the first ever release on LP for the classic 1994 album. Limited edition green vinyl, includes Soho Square and Angel. So for my birthday, yes, I received the Kirsty MacColl box sets. See That Girl. Sorry for the top of my head then. See That Girl, which, when I put it on my Amazon wish list, I believed featured all her albums, but it doesn't. It's got a sort of a greatest hits CD or two, and then it features lots of B-sides, some album tracks, live tracks, sort of covering each era of her career. So I enjoyed that a lot, so I have decided to get her albums. So when this came up, I thought, oh, that's a great start. So to say, it's $29.99. As for track listing, so this was sort of her post-divorce album, but all done quite uplifting, I believe. And a nice transparent green. Next we have Lily Allen, It's Not Me, It's You, for $29.99. This is another Zoetrope vinyl. So I go back to what I said about Zoetropes, but I decided to get this because I love Lily, and this is possibly her best album, although her debut is very close to it. And I've been meaning to pick it up on vinyl for a while, so thought sod it, basically. I haven't seen this one in action, so I can't comment on how good it is. It's the same on both sides by the look of it. It's a bit of a shame. It'd be nice if it was different on each side. This has got The Fear, Not Fair, 22, Who'd Have Known, I think, were the singles. This is for the Bond collection. This is another picture disc. So this is Lulu, A Man with a Golden Gun, Back with a Boy Like You. Demon. So $28.99. It's a lot of money really for basically a 12-inch. Well, it's not even a 12-inch. It's a 7-inch picture disc playing space, but done on a 12-inch disc. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah. So it's actually only a 7-inch playing area, and it does say on there Stylus Selector 7-inch. But yeah, the Bond collector in me couldn't let this one go. So Slice of Vinyl put this in the outer sleeve because they didn't want to put any stickers, price stickers, directly on the PVC. She's got a bit of a tint to it, so that's why I've gotten it out. But yeah, nice image of a Man with a Golden Gun poster used for it, which is very nice. Next is Mark Knopfler, The Boy, 1999. So this is an EP of 4 tracks that didn't make it to his new album, whatever that's called, One Deep River, that he's released especially for Record Store Day. Nice foiled sleeve, and the A and the B on the back are foiled as well. So it contains Mr. Solomon Said, The Boy, All Comers, and Bad Day for a Knife Thrower. I think this is just black vinyl. Comes with a lyric inner of credits. Polyline sleeve. And yeah, just black vinyl. We have Mavis Staples' Have a Little Faith, $41.99. 20th anniversary deluxe edition of the album that reintroduced Mavis Staples to the world. Audio file, 45 RPM, pressed on 2 silver LPs. Expanded artwork with new liner notes by Mavis. So yeah, Prince introduced me to Mavis Staples, not personally, but if you see what I mean. And she is an amazing performer. Nice foiled silver writing there. And this was her comeback album, produced by Jim Tullio. And yeah, looking forward to hearing this because it's meant to be fantastic. Lyric in oh, a nice silver. That's the new sleeve notes. Next we have Monty Python Live at Drury Lane for $31.99. 50th anniversary edition of their classic live album. I love this album. This was the first Monty Python album I owned, and I absolutely adore it. I have it on vinyl already. I basically got this because I've got the other Record Store Day Monty Python picture discs. They've not done one for a couple of years, but prior to that they released them for Life of Brian and Holy Grail. They've skipped Meaning of Life for some reason. Hopefully they'll do that. So it's got a little inner that you can put in the stage setting, like so. And a really nice picture disc. So wait a minute. Then we have Pulp Intro for $28.99. The gift recordings, limited edition Record Store Day exclusive, pressed on blue vinyl, a unique collection of early singles featuring Babies, Razzmatazz and Sheffield Sex City, remastered at Abbey Road Studios, London. So before they signed with, they left Fire Records. Before they signed with Island Records, they were on Gift Records. When they signed with Island, they also sort of passed over the rights to the Gift releases, and this is a compilation of them. So it's got an early version of Babies, Razzmatazz, which is a very his and hers type single, but wasn't on that album, and yeah, Sheffield Sex City and a few other tracks. So I have this on CD, but it I don't know if it's never had a vinyl release, or certainly it's only had, if not, it's only had an initial vinyl release. But yeah, it's a good little mini album. So that's the lyrics. And a nice blue vinyl. But anybody who collects pulp on vinyl, this is an essential purchase, I would say. This I'm looking forward to hearing a great deal. For $29.99, this is Richard O'Brien's original demo tape recordings of the Rocky Horror Show 50th Anniversary Edition. So celebrating 50 years of Richard O'Brien's iconic rock and roll extravaganza with this Celebrate 50 years of Richard O'Brien's iconic rock and roll extravaganza with this first edition vinyl release. Immerse yourself in the meticulously preserved original demo recordings, intertwined with O'Brien's narrative insights, showcasing the birth of the Rocky Horror Show. This gatefold vinyl, adorned with historic revelations and intimate liner notes, invites you to bask in the enduring legacy of the world's longest-running contemporary musical. So there's a whole load of blurb on the back there. So interestingly, which makes sense because it was a late edition. There's no time warp on here. Just trying to get it out of the shrink. Gotcha. There's a gatefold. So yeah, there's some notes from Richard O'Brien, various reviews and ephemera from '73. And it's just on black vinyl. Okay, so the last two tracks on this, a 75 recording of Over at Frankenstein Place from the Richard O'Brien Crusade, and Superheroes Unplugged, a rare gem recorded for the Rocky Horror Show interactive CD-ROM computer game, which I think I've got somewhere. Then we have Sophie Ellis-Bextor remixes. A limited edition LP on glitter vinyl, 8 rare remixes of her classic singles, including Take Me Home, A Girl Like Me and Murder on the Dance Floor. As well as Get Over You, Music Gets the Best of Me, Catch You, Mixed Up World, Me and My Imagination, and I Won't Change You. All various different Jules and Stone mixes, Groove Collision radio edits, Tony LeMesmer radio mix, and various others. So a nice one from my Sophie Ellis-Bextor collection, $28.99. Not sure if I said that. There's the inner. She's just got the credits. This is blue glitter vinyl. Not sure glitter's not. Oh, yeah, you can sort of see the glitter there. We'll see how that plays. Three more. So this is Supergrass do a release every time as well, and tends to be 10-inch singles, and sure enough, this is Supergrass Kiss of Life is 20, limited edition 10-inch transparent vinyl anniversary EP, features 2 exclusive new tracks, and previously unreleased Kiss of Life Live, Record Store Day 2024, for $21.99. So Kiss of Life was the sort of new single that was on the Supergrass's 10 release, which compilation, which must have been released 10 years ago. Hence this being called Kiss of Life is 20. So it's also got We Dream of This, Bullet Live, Kiss of Life Live, Ocean, and We Are Your Children. Plain black. Quite a plain back. There's the inner. It's on clear vinyl. Interesting, most of their releases lately have been on, these have been on recycled vinyl. For $41.99, this is Talking Heads live at WCOS 77. Special limited edition 2LP package cut at 45 RPM, featuring the complete performance broadcast on WCOS. Includes 7 previously unreleased performances recorded at Northern Studios on November 17th, 1977. So I think some of these tracks were on the Talking Heads live album that sort of spans multiple years. But this is the complete recording of said show. I think this is just black vinyl. Yeah. And my last one to show for $32.99 is 5 Live Yardbirds. 1964 first live album, contains Eric Clapton's earliest recordings. Vinyl has been out of print and unavailable until now. Translucent red vinyl, 12-inch LP, collector's edition, 1 pressing worldwide. This deluxe package includes printed inner sleeve. So yeah, I don't intend getting every Yardbirds album, but this is the 3rd one I've got now. I've got, is it the 3rd? It might be the 2nd. No, I think it's just the 2nd. I've got Roger the Engineer, but this is more for the Clapton collection than anything else. That's a nice red, with a cherry red. So yes, that is everything I picked up. The other title on my list was Scott Walker's Tilt. I noticed when they did a video on Wednesday night of everything they had, and I noticed it wasn't there. So when I went in on Friday to pick up Taylor Swift, I queried it, and apparently it's been recalled. Kieran seemed to think it was because it was printed on black vinyl and it should have been coloured, but in the Universal catalogue it definitely says black vinyl, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but it meant I couldn't pick that up. Once I find out exactly what's happening, I will pick it up when I can. But yeah, another really good record store day. When I was going through the list when it was first released, it was for the first half of the alphabet there was only 2 or 3 titles, and I was thinking, oh, this isn't going to be an expensive one, but then everything was in the second half of the list basically for me, so it ended up an expensive one, but nearly all stuff for proper collections that I collect. Some of it I think is overpriced, some of it I think is underpriced, so that works out well. You know, $29.99 for Park Life is good when, well, $28.99 when the standard black vinyl version, which admittedly I think is over 2 discs, but that would normally be 45 quid-ish. Similarly, you know, $28.99 for Sophie Ellis-Bextor remix album, that's decent enough. The Joe Pesci ones, borderline at 35. I'm just randomly picking them here. Kirsty MacColl, again 30 quid, first time on vinyl, that seems decent to me. But then the Pulp, certainly $28.99 for that is good. But then some stuff, the Bowie at 29, that's good as well. That's overpriced. I'm not blaming Slice of Vinyl for this. In fact, I know some places were charging 60 odd quid for this. So I'm not saying he's overpricing them, I'm just saying in general they're overpriced. But yeah, you expect that on Record Store Day. Yeah, 22 quid for a 10-inch, borderline. But if anything was too expensive, I just wouldn't have bought it. But I bought it all, so I can't have been too bad. Anyway, this video's long enough. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you picked up. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.